Today we are being inundated with products that are marketed towards helping make our babies smarter. Things like how to help our babies read, recognize numbers, or even learn a language. The question is, are these a wise investment? Do they actually make our babies smarter? And are there things that we need to be cautious about when using these products?
This is a great question, and I'm sure having 6 children in the home, it's one that you can relate to. So how do you and Rich handle all these marketing schemes?
Well, they are very tempting, but Rich is always quick to point out. He says, beware of anything that promises to be free, but also anything that promises to make either us or our children smarter or prettier, and really feeds our pride.
It does. And when you think about what the marketing does, unfortunately, it does appeal to the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And it is very tempting. And even on a developmental level, there's much to be said. And I know that Gary has a few thoughts to share about it.
I don't think there's any question that parents are naturally motivated to help their children gain every advantage in life. Unfortunately, this noble desire makes parents more vulnerable to marketing techniques that promise to make their babies learn faster by learning another language or becoming another Einsteiner or learning how to read sooner. Back when our kids were babies, the big trend was to teach your 10-month-old how to add and subtract numbers, and if you bought the special flashcards, your babies would eventually be at the top of his or her graduating class. So marketing brain enhancement techniques for babies has been around for some time. But are these programs something that actually help or hurt children in the long run? Let me explain the challenge by using the following analogy. Take a look at this mountain range. Let's say that this is an overview of your child's brain. Okay, now take a look at this foot trail found somewhere in the mountain range. Think of this trail as a small neural pathway weaving itself through your child's brain. The trail came into existence out of necessity brought on by a form of repetitive learning that was introduced into your baby's life prematurely, such as from a curriculum marketed to make your baby smarter. Now, it is a trail and it will take you where you want to go, and it is a pathway of learning. Now take a look at this smooth roadway going through the same mountain range. It represents the high-speed neural pathway that naturally comes into existence at the right developmental time with normal growth and development. So what is happening here? The collaborating research on the dangers of these types of programs seems to be fairly persuasive. Neuroscientists looking at these types of premature foot trails suggest that once these tiny pathways come into existence, they can eventually become the primary circuitry that your child relies on for the rest of his or her life. And when that happens, then this happens. The superhighway, the one that God had already prepared for your child that would have carried more information faster and more efficiently, well, it will not be in service. Mom and Dad, this is what you are gambling with when you rush forward with these types of programs that are not always in line with your child's developmental age, capacity, or ability. Just be careful. What seems to be a promising future is usually only a momentary gain, and it has a much greater trade-off and greater loss in the end. Look, here's the good news. If your baby is sleeping through the night and your baby's on a good daytime routine and given plenty of time to learn about his or her developing world, your son or daughter is already maximizing his or her potential and is already ahead of the learning curve. Slow and steady wins the race.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to see more, and check out the growingfamilies.life website to find more resources and to get connected.